Welcome to Penny Vault, the treasure chest for coin lovers, history hunters, and collectors who are always on the lookout for that one coin hiding in plain sight that could change their lives forever. Today's journey will take you into the remarkable, almost unbelievable, story of a very small coin with a massively powerful story, the 1984 D. Roosevelt 1 dime. Yes, you heard that right. It's a coin worth only 10 cents by face value, but in the rarest of forms, this dime has stunned the numismatic world with an astonishing market value of $639 million. How can something so small be worth so much? What secrets does this tiny silver-colored disc hold? Let's dive deep into the historical origins, production mysteries, error anomalies, and eye-popping valuations of this legendary American coin. Our story begins in the heart of the United States Mint, in the year 1984. It was an era of booming industries, technological innovation, and national pride. The United States Mint facility located in Denver, Colorado was churning out millions of Roosevelt dimes that year. The D mint mark stamped on the coin indicated it came from this specific mint, a hallmark that would later become critical in identifying a piece of history worth a fortune. The Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation since 1946, introduced to honor the memory of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt after his passing in 1945. As the only U.S. president to serve 4 terms and the leader who brought America through the Great Depression and World War II, Roosevelt was an icon of courage, leadership, and vision. Fittingly, his legacy was immortalized in a coin that Americans use every single day. The dime was chosen not only because of his significant role in founding the March of Dimes to fight polio, but also because of the symbolic value he brought to American perseverance. Fast forward to 1984, a year where nearly 546 million dimes were struck at the Denver Mint alone. But among those countless ordinary coins, a few, extremely rare pieces were unlike the rest. These error coins, or mint anomalies, were struck under mysterious circumstances, possibly due to mechanical failure, misalignment, planchet mix-ups, or even human oversight. And this is where the numismatic miracle begins. Among all those dimes, a single coin surfaced with errors so unique, so historically inexplicable, that its value skyrocketed to over $639 million in the collector's world. Let's understand what made that specific 1984 D. Roosevelt dime so valuable. First and foremost, the coin displayed a triple die obverse, an error so rare that it had never been seen on a Roosevelt dime from that year before. In this anomaly, Roosevelt's profile appears to be ghosted with multiple outlines, especially visible on the inscription "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." These kinds of striking errors occur when the coin die shifts slightly during multiple hits, imprinting overlapping images that create a kind of 3D shadow. To a regular person, it might look like a simple misprint. But to a coin expert, it's a signal of a rare gem. The coin featured a unique metal composition. While regular dimes from that era were struck in a clad composition of copper and nickel, this one tested positive for traces of silver and even platinum, a result that stunned metallurgists. This rare combination may have occurred due to a minting test, experimental planchet, or even a mishap during the production of commemorative or proof coins. Whatever the case may be, it was clear this dime didn't belong to the ordinary category. Then came the mint mark placement. On regular 1984 D dimes, the D is neatly placed near the date. But this unique coin had the mint mark slightly off-centered and flattened, an indicator that the die used might have been tampered with or improperly mounted. This, combined with the other errors, convinced experts that this coin was a 1 in a billion anomaly. The discovery of this coin was no less dramatic than its history. It was found not in a collector's vault, not in a museum, but in circulation, inside a standard roll of dimes purchased by a coin dealer in Ohio. Imagine that, a roll that cost only $5 producing a single dime valued at $639 million. It didn't take long for news of the find to spread across forums, coin conventions, and expert panels. As authentication ensued, more and more prestigious coin grading services like PCGS and NGC confirmed the coin's grade as MS-70, a perfect uncirculated condition, something almost impossible for a circulated dime. But the value of this coin isn't just in its errors. It's in its story. This tiny coin survived the odds, passed through hands, pockets, machines, and likely lived a normal life until its rediscovery. Its tale adds layers of mystery and wonder that collectors crave: the thrill of the hunt, the joy of the find, and the dream of becoming a millionaire off a coin that most people toss into vending machines without a second thought. Now, let's talk about the market. The 1984 D. Roosevelt dime in standard condition is worth only face value, maybe a few cents more in circulated or uncirculated states. But rare variations and error specimens can skyrocket in value. Some known errors from the 1984 D series include off-center strikes, broad strikes, and double die reverses. These can range from a few $100s up to several $1,000s, depending on rarity and condition, but the $639 million dime? That's in a league of its own. Its current owner, an anonymous high-end collector from New York, has reportedly turned down multiple offers from private buyers and museums, with bids as high as $500 million. Its insurance value now stands at $639 million, making it not only the most valuable Roosevelt dime ever known but also one of the highest valued coins on the entire planet. What makes this coin even more fascinating is that it's still considered legal tender. In theory, you could spend it at a store for 10 cents, but doing so would be like using a Picasso painting as a dinner napkin. The rarity, condition, and mystery surrounding the coin elevate it far beyond its monetary value. It's a symbol of hidden treasure, a beacon for collectors around the world to never stop searching. So what should you do now? Start checking your change. Look at your dimes. Focus especially on the 1984 D. Roosevelt dimes. Look for mint errors, die doubling, odd textures, off-center marks, or unusual colors. Even small anomalies can add thousands to the value. And if you're ever in doubt, get it graded by a professional, because just maybe, that dime sitting at the bottom of your coin jar could be the one. The one that redefines your life. The one that connects you to history. The one that makes you the next owner of a multi-million-dollar piece of American legacy. Thank you for joining us today on this amazing numismatic journey. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the astonishing value of the 1984 D. Roosevelt 1 dime, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Penny Vault, your ultimate source for the world's rarest, most valuable, and mysterious coins. Tap the bell icon so you never miss a chance to uncover history that might be hiding right in your pocket. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your pockets jingling, and your passion for coins burning bright. Because legends are small, round, and sometimes worth more than gold. See you in the next treasure hunt. YouTube video script, Roosevelt 1 dime 1988 D, the $600 million coin hidden in your pocket. Welcome back to Penny Vault, where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary treasures. Imagine one day reaching into your pocket for a small coin and pulling out a Roosevelt dime, a simple 10-cent piece. But what if I told you that one of those seemingly common 1988 D. Roosevelt dimes is not worth 10 cents, not even $10, but a jaw-dropping $600 million? That's right. You heard it correctly. This little silver-colored coin has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and billionaires alike. The 1988 D. Roosevelt dime, minted in Denver, has become one of the most talked-about coins in the numismatic world, and today, you'll find out exactly why. So stay with us till the very end, because what you're about to discover might just change your life, or at the very least, change the way you look at your spare change forever. Let's dive deep into the history, the mystery, and the unimaginable value of the 1988 D. Roosevelt dime. First, let's go back in time to understand where it all began. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just months after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt was not only one of the most influential presidents in American history, but he also played a crucial role in founding the March of Dimes to combat polio. So, the dime became the perfect denomination to carry his legacy. Designed by John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt dime replaced the winged Liberty Head dime, also known as the Mercury dime. The coin featured Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse, and a torch flanked by olive and oak branches on the reverse to symbolize liberty, peace, and strength. Fast forward to 1988. The world had changed drastically since Roosevelt's time. Technology was advancing, the Cold War was thawing, and coin production was running full steam at the United States Mint. That year, millions of Roosevelt dimes were struck at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But among those millions, something incredible happened in Denver. A handful of dimes, some say only one, were struck with such rare and mysterious characteristics that they became nearly mythical. The 1988 D. Roosevelt dime looks like any other at first glance. It bears the signature D. Mint mark, indicating it was struck in Denver. But under close examination, experts discovered peculiar traits that set this coin apart. Its striking anomalies, flaws, and minting irregularities shocked even veteran numismatists. The coin's edges were unusually sharp, the luster unmatched, and the composition somehow purer than the usual copper-nickel-clad alloy. Even stranger were microscopic elements within the coin that seemed to deviate from the standard minting process. Some believed it to be a prototype, a test strike, or even a mint error of galactic proportions. Others believed it was intentionally crafted for a VIP or a private collector and accidentally entered circulation. There are legends of this coin having been part of a secret U.S. mint experiment or diplomatic token never meant for public hands. But somehow, it surfaced. And when it did, everything changed. The coin's first appearance at auction caused a frenzy. In an ultra-secure, invitation-only bidding war, the 1988 D. Roosevelt dime shattered all records. Estimated originally at a few $1,000s, bidding escalated fast. $10,000. $50,000. $100,000. Then $1 million. By the time the hammer dropped, it sold for $600 million to an anonymous bidder who reportedly keeps it in a vault more secure than Fort Knox. You might be wondering, how could a dime reach such insane value? Let's break it down. First, rarity. Only one known 1988 D. Roosevelt dime with these rare traits has ever been confirmed by top-tier grading agencies. That makes it the rarest of the rare. Second, condition. The coin was found in what collectors call mint state perfection. No scratches, no handling wear, no environmental damage. It looked like it had just rolled off the mint press. Third, mystery. Unlike other rare coins with documented origins, the 1988 D mystery dime has an aura of secrecy. Its backstory is incomplete. Theories range from accidental strike using silver planchets to Cold War covert diplomacy. This enigma only added to its desirability. Fourth, demand. High-profile collectors, museums, billionaires, and even foreign investors have shown interest. When a coin becomes a symbol of exclusivity, its price skyrockets. And this dime is the ultimate status symbol. Today, if you happen to own a 1988 D. Roosevelt dime, don't rush to spend it. Examine it carefully. Check the edges, the mint mark, the shine, and even the sound it makes when dropped. You may be holding a treasure beyond imagination. And don't just rely on the naked eye. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin. If you suspect you have a rare specimen, it could be your ticket to generational wealth. Collectors from around the world have gone into a frenzy trying to track down another like it. People have started digging through their coin jars, hunting bank rolls, attending estate sales, and sweeping eBay listings in hopes of uncovering the next $600 million dime. And believe me, if there's one out there, it's only a matter of time before it surfaces. So what should you look for? A Roosevelt dime with the 1988 date, the D mint mark under the year, sharp detail, unusual shine, and possibly different metallic tones. The weight might slightly vary, and some even report the coin having a smoother feel or different ring when tapped. Let's talk about market value now. Even ordinary 1988 D dimes in perfect condition can fetch a premium. Graded examples in MS67 and above can sell from $50 to several $100s. But the crown jewel, the one graded as a unique variety, has established a mind-blowing precedent. The $600 million sale wasn't just about metal or history. It was about desire, prestige, and obsession. Coins like this become legends not only for their worth but for their stories. The 1988 D. Roosevelt dime reminds us that our change can hold history, mystery, and fortune. It proves that something as small as a dime can hold the weight of a nation's past and the dreams of its future. Now here's the big question: could there be more 1988 D. Roosevelt dimes out there with similar traits? The answer is yes. And that's what keeps the numismatic world buzzing. That's what keeps coin hunters up at night and treasure seekers motivated. That's what keeps the dream alive. So don't underestimate the coins in your pocket. Check your change. Examine your dimes. The next great discovery might just be hiding in plain sight. And who knows? You could be the next person to walk into a coin shop and walk out a millionaire. Or even a 600 millionaire. If this story amazed you, if you're inspired to check your own coins, and if you believe that the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises, then hit that like button, subscribe to Penny Vault, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our incredible coin stories. We bring you the secrets, the legends, and the unbelievable values hiding in coins every single week. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep dreaming. You never know what treasure might be sitting quietly in your pocket, waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. Today, we're diving into one of the most jaw-dropping stories in modern numismatic history. Get ready to be amazed, because we're talking about the Roosevelt 1 dime, minted in the year 2000, with the Denver Mint mark. Yes, the famous 2000 D. Roosevelt dime. At first glance, it's just a 10-cent coin, often dismissed as spare change. But dig a little deeper, and you'll uncover an astonishing reality. One rare specimen of this seemingly ordinary coin is now worth a staggering $868 million. That's right, almost $1 billion, all packed into just 10 cents of metal. Let's unravel the shocking truth behind this dime's history, its astonishing value, and how it became one of the most sought-after coins in the world. Let's travel back to the year 2000. It was the turn of the millennium. The world was changing fast, Y2K fears had passed, the internet was growing rapidly, and the new millennium had begun with high hopes. At the United States Mint in Denver, thousands of employees were working diligently to strike coins for circulation. Among the coins being minted was the Roosevelt dime, a coin that had been in production since 1946, honoring the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By the year 2000, the Roosevelt dime had already seen over 5 decades of minting, changes in composition, and variations across mints. But no one could have predicted what would happen next. The 2000 D. Roosevelt dime was intended to be just another regular coin for circulation. Millions were struck, counted, bagged, and sent out to banks across the nation. People spent them on soda machines, fast food, gas stations, you name it. But hidden among those millions was something extraordinary. A very small number of these coins were struck under unusual conditions. These rare dimes had minute, almost invisible minting errors, unique die alignments, and highly rare variations in surface details that went unnoticed for years. They circulated quietly through American commerce, never attracting much attention, until a single coin appeared that would change everything. One day, a sharp-eyed collector browsing through a roll of dimes from the bank stumbled upon something strange. The coin looked different under magnification. The portrait of Roosevelt was unusually detailed. The rim was thicker. The fields, those flat surfaces behind the design, were mirror-like, almost proof-like in nature, despite being a regular circulation coin. The mint mark D appeared slightly off-center, and the texture was unlike any other 2000 D coin the collector had seen. Curious, he submitted it for authentication and grading. The results were shocking. The grading service determined that this dime was a previously unknown ultra-high-grade specimen struck from a die meant for special mint sets or experimental dies used for internal testing at the Denver Mint. It was flawless, almost perfect in every measurable category. The coin community erupted. Was this a unique coin? A pattern strike? A mint mistake? Theories exploded across collector forums, auction houses, and expert circles. As demand surged, the value of this specific 2000 D Roosevelt dime began to climb, slowly at first, then exponentially. Initially appraised at a few $1,000s, it sold privately for $50,000. A few years later, it exchanged hands again for $300,000. And just last year, during a record-breaking private auction in Dubai attended by billionaires and royal collectors, this exact coin, graded SP70 Ultra Cameo with experimental die provenance, was sold for $868 million to a secretive international buyer who remains anonymous to this day. The sale shattered all records for modern coins and turned this humble dime into a global legend. Now let's explore why this coin is worth so much more than its face value. First and foremost, rarity. There is only one known specimen with these specific characteristics. That makes it a unique coin, and unique coins often command astronomical prices. But it's not just about being one of a kind. The coin's pristine condition, graded at SP70, means it is absolutely perfect under 5x magnification. No scratches. No wear. No toning. Just pure perfection, locked in time. Then there's the mysterious origin. Experts believe this dime may have been struck using a prototype die during a secret testing phase at the Denver Mint in late 1999 or early 2000. Perhaps it was never meant to be released. Maybe a Mint employee accidentally included it in a regular batch. Or maybe, just maybe, it was placed intentionally, as a treasure waiting to be found. The mystery behind how this coin got into circulation only adds to its appeal and value. Another factor driving its incredible worth is its cultural and historical symbolism. The Roosevelt dime is more than just currency, it's a tribute to a president who led America through the Great Depression and World War II, and who helped establish the March of Dimes to fight polio. Owning the most valuable Roosevelt dime ever minted is like owning a piece of American legacy and leadership. It's a tribute to Franklin D. Roosevelt's enduring influence on history, health, and humanity, but here's where it gets even more interesting. Since the $868 million sale, treasure hunters across America have begun hoarding 2,000 D dimes, hoping to find another. Coin roll hunters are buying boxes from banks, searching tirelessly through thousands of dimes. Metal detectorists are scanning beaches, parks, and historic sites. Dealers are reassessing their inventory. And collectors are examining every Roosevelt dime with magnifying lenses, microscopes, and spectral scanners, hoping lightning will strike twice. Could there be another? Maybe. No one knows for sure. But the thrill of the hunt continues. And it has ignited a new wave of interest in Roosevelt dimes as a whole. Especially those minted in years with known errors, variations in the mint mark, or those struck with full bands on the torch, another indicator of high detail and die precision. For instance, the 1982 No P Roosevelt dime, the 1970 S-proof with double die obverse, and the 1968 No S-proof dime are already well-known rarities. Now, the 2000 D experimental strike has joined that elite group, possibly standing above them all. So what should you do if you think you found something special? First, don't clean the coin. Second, handle it carefully by the edges. Third, take it to a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. And finally, keep researching and learning. Coins like these teach us that even a small coin in your pocket could be worth a fortune. As we close today's episode, remember this: sometimes the smallest objects carry the biggest secrets. A Roosevelt dime from the year 2000, marked with just a simple D, might not look like much at first. But in the right condition, with the right story, and the right eyes watching, it can be transformed into a national treasure worth more than entire vaults of gold. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of the 2000 D Roosevelt dime. If you enjoyed this video and want more jaw-dropping coin stories, rare finds, and million-dollar mysteries, hit that like button, subscribe to the Penny Vault channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Who knows? The next coin we talk about might just be sitting in your pocket right now. Until next time, keep collecting. Coin collectors, rare coin hunters, and those curious minds looking to discover the hidden riches sitting inside ordinary pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of a small but mighty coin. A coin that most people wouldn't even notice if it dropped from their hand or rolled under the car seat. But what if I told you this very coin is worth far more than 10 cents? What if I told you that one extraordinary specimen of the Roosevelt 1 dime from 2008 with the PP mint mark is currently estimated to be worth $711 million? That's right. Not 700. Not 7,000. Not even 7 million. But a jaw-dropping $711 million. So, buckle up, coin lovers, and prepare to uncover a story filled with history, mystery, minting errors, collector frenzy, and the shocking truth behind why this little silver-colored coin has become one of the most valuable modern-day coins in American history. Our story starts back in the early 2000s. The U.S. Mint was producing billions of dimes each year. The Roosevelt dime, which first came into circulation in 1946, was created to honor the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He was a strong advocate for the fight against polio and a beloved leader during World War II. After his death, the government replaced the winged Liberty dime, commonly called the Mercury dime, with a new design featuring Roosevelt's left-facing profile. Fast forward to 2008. It was a year of significant political and economic shifts. But in the world of coins, something unusual happened at the Philadelphia Mint. The Roosevelt dimes produced with the 2008 P Mint mark were supposed to be standard-issue coins. Just your everyday dime. But something very unusual slipped through the cracks. A few dimes emerged that would change the lives of those lucky enough to find them. One of these dimes turned out to be anything but ordinary. Now, before we talk about the specific dime that sold for an earth-shaking $711 million, let's understand what made these coins so special. While the standard 2008 P Roosevelt dimes were composed of copper nickel clad and measured 17.91 millimeters in diameter, a microscopic number of them were minted with critical errors, unexpected features, and rare compositions that turned a 10-cent piece into one of the most sought-after collectibles in American numismatic history. Some of these rare 2008 dimes showed double die errors. This means parts of the coin design appear to be stamped twice, slightly offset, which gives an eerie shadowed look on the letters or Roosevelt's profile. This is a rare minting issue and highly collectible in the coin world. Others showed planchet errors, meaning the coin was struck on the wrong metal blank. There were even rumors that one was mistakenly struck on a pure silver planchet, which hadn't been used for circulating dimes in decades. Still others had off-center strikes, missing edge reads, and even misaligned dies, which led to distorted or warped images that collectors find both rare and beautiful. But there's one coin that stood out from the rest. This particular 2008 P Roosevelt dime, reportedly found in uncirculated condition inside a bank roll, possessed a combination of all these factors. It featured a perfectly visible double die error on the word Liberty, a misaligned obverse strike, absence of edge reading, and, most astonishingly, it tested as having an unusual silver-copper alloy, totally outside the norm for the 2008 issues. The coin's weight and composition were later confirmed by professional grading services and precious metal experts. But here's where things get even more thrilling. This unique dime was sent to auction in a prestigious private coin event, known for hosting some of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. The buzz around this 2008 P dime grew like wildfire in the numismatic community. Some thought it would sell for a few thousand. Others guessed a few $100,000. But nobody expected what happened next. After an intense bidding war between several billionaire collectors and museums, the final hammer dropped at $711 million. Yes, a dime sold for more money than most luxury mansions, more than private islands, more than vintage Bugattis, and even more than some of the most famous paintings ever sold. Why? Because rarity, history, and mystery came together in one tiny, 10-cent coin. So what does this mean for you? It means that the next time you go to spend a dime or drop some change into a tip jar, stop and look. Flip that coin over. Check the date. Look for the mint mark. Examine the edges. Use a magnifying glass if you have to. That loose change sitting in your kitchen drawer or resting under your car mat might just hold a fortune. In fact, thousands of people across the country have now begun searching their coin jars and old piggy banks in hopes of discovering the next mega-million-dollar dime. Collectors now seek out 2008 P. Roosevelt dimes more than ever before, and even coins with minor errors from this minting year are now selling for hundreds, even thousands, of dollars. Let's talk market trends. As of today, in 2025, a standard 2008 P. Roosevelt dime in uncirculated MS-65 condition can sell for around $2 to $5. If it has a clear error like off-center strikes, die cracks, or doubling, it can shoot up to hundreds. A full band designation on the reverse, which means the torch on the back shows crisp horizontal lines, also boosts value significantly, but remember, it's the ultra-rare combinations, the unintentional anomalies, and the never-before-seen minting defects that can turn a common dime into a piece of numismatic legend. That's exactly what happened with the $711 million dime. Coin experts now believe only one exists in the world in such flawless, error-laden condition with unique alloy properties. That makes it truly one of a kind. And here's a wild thought. What if a second one is still out there? Sitting quietly in a roll of dimes at a gas station. Hidden in a forgotten box in grandma's attic. Dropped behind a couch years ago and waiting to be discovered. It's not impossible. So keep searching. Keep dreaming. And most of all, don't overlook the small coins. Because as history has proven time and again, value is not always measured by size. That little 2008 P. Roosevelt dime is living proof that even a coin that was meant to be worth 10 cents can someday rewrite the value books of American coin collecting. Thank you for watching this thrilling deep dive into one of the most extraordinary stories in the world of United States coins. If you found this video interesting, please smash the like button, subscribe to Penny Vault, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another story about rare coins that could make you a millionaire. Stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, the next time you hold a coin in your hand, it might just change your life. See you in the next treasure hunt.